Hello, it's your boy Landscaper. I am the Council of Peace, and today I will be discussing the Ministry of State Affairs in our United States Confederation newsletter for February 2953. Fair warning, it's going to be a bit longer than the usual newsletters, so grab your favorite mug along with your favorite drink and join me. All right, here we are. We're going to talk about the Ministry of State Affairs Kickoff. Inside this issue, I will talk about the MSA Strategic Plan, just briefly. We'll have a speed run that will cover general news from around the org. I'll talk about an org meetup that we have planned. However, the date is to be determined because we're still waiting for 318 full launch to the PU. The main topic for today will be regarding a gilded update, and that topic will cover the fact that we're all mission planners. And then we'll conclude this newsletter with a look ahead. All right, let's jump into the MSA Kickoff portion of the newsletter. As I mentioned earlier, my name is Landscaper, and I am now the Council of Peace. The Ministry of State Affairs rolls up to the Council of Peace, and one of the main responsibilities of the MSA is to secure and mitigate damage to the USC's membership and its assets from disturbances caused by changes in leadership or attempts from real-life threats such as espionage, member sniping, and theft of resources. Another major responsibility of the MSA is to create out-of-game tools to support gameplay creation, maintain social platforms, and manage public-facing and marketing initiatives. Therefore, it is the MSA's focus to create a safe and fun environment for members to socialize with like-minded members, share gameplay experiences, and participate in the creation of sandbox activities in the Star Citizen game. The USC's ministries are specifically grouped by their intended contributions to the overall membership experience. The MSA is focused on the creation, management, and maintenance of out-of-game content. Examples include, but are not limited to, contests, org-related news updates, the USC's YouTube channel, Twitch streaming, podcasting, recruitment and retention efforts, exterior community relations, fundraising in real life, managing real-life social events such as Bar Citizen and Citizen Cons get-togethers, and the etc. Additionally, the USC website and social media efforts fall under the MSA's umbrella. Here's the United States Confederation organization chart. And as I mentioned, the org is divided into various categories. For example, the Navy, which rolls up to the Council of War, is in our in-game progression content execution bucket. And that's typical of a raid group in most MMOs. Here, all of our ministers, they're over the ministries that are contained within our sandbox content creation bucket. And this is all specific to in-game and in-game content. The Council of Peace, in which the MSA rolls up to and is the subject of today's newsletter, it resides in the support and content creation for out-of-game systems as part of our organization chart. The USC leadership team realizes the Star Citizen game is still in its alpha phase of development. So with that in mind, during the next 12 to 18 months, the MSA will concentrate on setting up and building upon the following. Continue to improve the membership application process and the new member experience. Begin the work of reestablishing the USC's connection to the general Star Citizen community. Continue the USC rebranding efforts with an updated website, updated artwork, and tool development. For example, membership scrapers and mission planners templates. We'll continue to establish a calendar of general org events and provide members with content creation tools and templates. Build up and re-energize the MSA departmental personnel staff, and create a workspace and corresponding workflow for our MSA personnel. The USC's collective goal is to create a prosperous governmental faction in the uncertain universe that is Star Citizen. The USC is truly unique among all Star Citizen organizations. This is due in part to the clear messaging of what the USC is and is not. Therefore, the MSA's mission is also clear. Support and safeguard USC member experiences by providing a fun and safe space in which they may enjoy the Star Citizen game with like-minded individuals. With this in mind, throughout the year of 2953, we will focus on building up an active MSA team and creating workflows that will serve as templates of success for future MSA endeavors. And now on to the rapid fire news round. Rash has decided to move on from the USC. Please join me in wishing him the best of luck, and we look forward to playing with him in the game. Kane has updated the USC RSI org page. Please visit the RSI USC page to learn more. Discord tag descriptions have been updated, so please take this time to check your tags. Let us know if you want to update anything. The RSI org page deserves a bump. Please consider visiting the RSI USC org page today. USC has some new artwork and new logos are beginning to roll out. Look for an updated website coming soon. It'll have a new URL, UnitedSpaceConfederation.org. The CBN is now the CMN. Previously, it was referred to as the Confederation Broadcast Network, and now it will be called the Confederation Media Network. Check the updated USC swag shop. I have some new logos up there for you guys to check out, and I'll give you guys a look here at the page so you can see what we got going on. Okay, over on Redbubble, we have a swag shop set up. And if you make your way over to the link, you'll notice that as of today, we have 3 logos set up. This will change over time as we retire some logos and artwork and bring new artwork online. So be sure to keep an eye on this. It's pretty cool. As a quick example, let's see if we can pull up a coffee mug or something like this with our USC blue logo with text only. And let's see here. Got a lot of great products and goodies in here, including a clock and some comforters. But let's just take a look at this classic mug and take a look and see what that's looking like. It's pretty darn slick. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. One of my favorites, pet bowl. Go ahead and check it out and consider making a purchase. 20% of the purchase goes to the USC and helps us out with funding our contests and giveaways and buying swag and supporting peripherals for our real life get-togethers. We have the need for some mission planners, and I'll talk about the importance of mission planners and some tools that we've developed to help them moving forward over the next 12 to 18 months. And also some department leads. If you remember the org chart I showed you, each ministry, for example, has different offices and different departments that could use some help. And if we could get those staffed up, that would be fantastic. And also recruitment. Reach out to Landscaper if you're interested. And the final bit of news in our rapid fire news round is the USC Google Services update. We now have a centralized Google Org account. So it's basically a business account now, which vastly improves our security to safeguard and to protect our documents, as well as allowing all of our leadership to work out of one centralized Google Drive, for example, and utilize professional email, all that ends with the United States Confederation.org. All right, now on to our org meetup, which is an in-game event. I anticipate having it on a Saturday, hopefully in the month of February. The date is to be determined because we're waiting for a proper 318 PU build. Because where we want to host the meeting at is in Orson at Stratus, and in 317 the load on our machines is just a bit too much. And so when all of that gets transferred over, given the new technology that CIG is putting in place, we should be able to all jump in and host a pretty nice meeting here at Stratus. And so just take a look at the newsletter for the step-by-step directions on where to meet up at, and we'll go ahead and gather up and have ourselves a good time. Be sure to wear your winter attire. You'll hear from the leadership team. You'll hear the old landscaper give a proper "Help your USC be the best it can be" speech. It'll have my favorite time, talent, and treasure bits in there for sure. Take this opportunity to meet some new members and greet those you haven't seen since 2942. We'll be taking a lot of pictures and participating in just some general conversations and meet and greets, and we'll even have some Ask Me Anything sessions that will happen throughout the event. Okay, we'll go with voice on Discord, and we'll try it the stage option that Discord has, but everything else will be in game. So looking forward to seeing you guys in the verse at that event, hopefully soon. Come on, 318, let's go. All right, on to the general update. The USC Gilded has a calendar that we've set up, and we'll begin using it as part of our so-called alpha stage to better communicate our gameplay and org events. Okay. In the meantime, we'll use Discord to set up our at flight pings and set up some operations and things of that nature. However, all of our member base will have access to templates and some platforms over on Gilded to begin setting up and hosting events. And don't worry, those events can link back over into Discord, and I'll show you all how that works here in a sec. Okay, but just want to remind everyone, it is the primary task of the USC leadership to provide the tools and space for all our members to play, create shareable gameplay, and participate in events with other members of our community. And we're doing all of this in the sandbox that is Star Citizen. So please feel free to send me a message, a PM, or to any admin member if you require details or you need clarification from what I'm about to present to you. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at our Gilded update. This is the USC's landing page. It's also referred to as the overview. And here you will find some useful links underneath the About Us tab. Here's a goal that we all align to, and it reads, our collective goal is to create a prosperous governmental faction in the uncertain universe that is Star Citizen. So that's pretty cool. Additionally, on this page, you'll find a message of the day area. Okay. For example, did you know that the USC is 9 years old? Yeah, it's true. As a matter of fact, as of a day ago, I did some math and we just dinged 9 years. So happy birthday, USC. So I envision this page to be the page that all members will visit as they begin their gameplay interactions with the USC. Perhaps even on a daily basis once the game pops off. So please note the upcoming events here in this top column. And I think this overview is a pretty nifty tool just for folks who want to stop by, take a look at what's happening around the org, and see what's cooking and see how they can contribute and link up with folks to play the game. Okay. So the USC is a gameplay content creation organization. So providing our members with the tools and templates to consistently and relatively easily create missions is paramount towards supporting our vision of what this organization is and what it will become. Okay. So this dovetails into the subject I want to present today, namely the introduction of the USC calendar. This is very much a work in progress, and we consider what I'm about to show you as an alpha phase. So I'll begin here with the Star Citizen group, which is located on our landing page. And I'm going to show you 3 of the channels listed here today, primarily. So stay tuned for a dedicated video series that'll drill down on everything that this updated Gilded server has to offer you as a member of this organization. We'll use this calendar for posting general gameplay loops which directly benefit the organization's resource pool, such as ore and racing trophies as loose examples. So, for example, if I'm a member and I just want to see what's going on today, I navigate over to the Star Citizen calendar, and if I see today is the 6th, I'll say, oh, today's racing day. Fantastic. So I click on this guy here, and if I drill down, I will see that there's the opportunity for some information to be displayed to me as the member, and I can choose to go or maybe or decline. Okay. Let's look at another example in the future. If I'm a member, I stop by this calendar and I'm off work on Wednesday the 8th. I see that the MIC block is up. So that day, the org is going to be focused on all sort of interstellar commerce activities. Okay. And in this example, the org is asking for if the player wants to jump on for, as a solo player or maybe in a small group, they can build activities around commerce, trading, and profit sharing activities. So yeah, again, this is an excellent scenario of members being able to, at a glance, see what the org is up to quickly. And there's value right there. I, as the member, can say, oh, okay, let me head over to Discord and see if anyone's online. and we could do some events that either fall on the day or coming up in the future. Okay. So speaking of scheduling, that'll be a nice segue into what I'm going to talk about next. Next, I'll speak about the 3 ways members will use the calendar to set up a gameplay content creation event. The first way would be via the Star Citizen Playtime Scheduler. And basically what you do is on a day that's coming up, you can just left click and drag the time frame that you'll be available to play. Okay, so if I was a member and I was coming in to visit, I came into the overview. I said, hey, I want to see what's going on today. Is anyone going to be on during my time frame? Oh, hey, look, Landscaper is going to be on between this time frame. I'll go ahead and join him or link up with him or shoot him an invite. So at this rate, you can also click through and indicate the time, but you could go one step further and say, well, hey, if Landscaper is going to be available during this time frame, I'll go ahead and create an event. I'll invite Landscaper, and boom, there we go. So if I'm available to game between any of these time frames, between 12 p.m. and so forth, I can click, let's just start at 1 p.m. Okay, I'll create the deal. I'll say, hey, maybe it'll go until 3. Let's play the games. Okay. All right, cool beans. Let's see what it gives me under my advanced. Okay, that's good enough. We're going to select the calendar to put it up in, and we're going to create. Okay, cool. So now that your event is created, then you could come over here and invite the folks. Well, obviously I can't invite myself, but you can invite folks that you may have noticed that was available to participate with you. Boom. So you will select them, and a invite could be sent out. Boom. It gives you an update. Okay. You can even say I'm going, and now you can see the status has changed. One is going, one has been invited. Okay, great, fantastic. Let's go back to the calendar and see how it populated. Hey, boom, there it is. It's Roleplay Events Day. Okay, so Twilly, please join me. I saw that you had availability on that day. I have availability as well. Hey, let's link up. Our schedules align. Let's do some role-playing events together. This is the first way of 3 that you can play together as a group. Okay, and there it is. That's simply one of the most quickest and easy ways to join up with other members who have shown availability on the scheduler. Okay, the second of 3 ways I'd like to share with you is what I call a quick mission. And what we can do is we can use a template. So we'll go down to the resources. We'll look up the quick mission template. This template is going to just show the information that could be prudent or just typical to put together to invite folks. And perhaps you want to set this up as a reoccurring event. Okay, so just copy and paste that. Come back to the calendar. Maybe it's on the MIE events day, or it doesn't even have anything to do with MIE events. This can be FPS, for example. So you can just give it a title. Let's do FPS, right? Okay. And then you can select the times and everything. You can make it once a day. You can customize the time frame. You could give us a location. Maybe it's on, Microtech. You can put in a link to maybe a document or to a location, anything like this. Description. Let's do it. And then you can create the event. Boom. Okay. And then there it is. So now if I'm a member and I come in via the overview, all right, I'll come and see, okay, that the calendar is highlighted. There's something going on. Something's been updated since the last time I visited. All right, let's take a look there. Oh, wow, look, these guys got some things going on here. Okay, landscaper's going to be doing something there. Oh, okay. Vixen is going to be doing something on this day. Man, you know what? Let me join them. That'd be awesome. Okay, cool. And then there you go. That's the conclusion of the second way that you can come in and use this calendar to set up gameplay creation events. All right, and now for the third way that members will be able to use the calendar to come in and create gameplay opportunities. Okay, this is via the mission deck. And let's pull this up over here. I have an example. Okay, so the mission deck is intended for members who are going to become mission planners. Okay, mission planners will be a tag that's assigned to members who have undergone a bit of training and practice with this deck. And when you decide to wear this tag, then that means you are preparing to produce content for the org overall, and this is essential for our progression events and our org raid events, if you will. So if you guys remember, I showed you this org chart here and how we live, how we have ministries and departments that live in different swim lanes and different buckets. The Navy is our end game progression content, right? Okay, and we're going to need mission planners that's going to come over and help out with big plans. So real quick, let me just show you what a scenario may be. Okay, let's just say the MIC, the Office of Trade and Commodities, is running into an issue that they just can't overcome by themselves with just going into Discord or putting up a quick mission and asking for help to stop some pirates that's preventing them from making their ship routes. Okay, so the Office of Trade and Commodities may reach up to the Office of Naval Logistics. Okay, and if you all know, this diamond indicates that there's a liaison who has a direct line over to the Navy. Okay, so the Office of Trade Commodities alerts the liaison that they're running into some trade lane issues, right? Okay, and so now the Minister of Commerce, along with the Naval Logistics Department, reaches over to the Navy and said, "Hey, we need some big guns. We need some professionals. We need some guys who align to certain gameplay attributes, such as fighter pilot or fuel tank pilots, and fuel tankers and logistics." And here are the parameters. We got a situation over in this system, and the enemy is a large organization hell-bent on preventing us from making money in our trade lanes, and they're extorting us and they're blowing us up and all this kind of good stuff, right? And so now the Navy assigns to one of our mission planners the parameters, and now the mission planner has to go in and put together a raid or a mission deck. Okay, so this mission deck is, and what I'm going to show you here is an example of the template. Okay, but this template is in depth and highly nuanced. It's designed to incorporate a bit of role play and may even add to the org's backstory and history. Okay, the missions created will provide all USC ministries and departments with opportunities to contribute time, talent, and treasure. All right, if you're the mission planner, you've already received your parameters, your information from the liaison about what's going on, for example, in my scenario, okay? And you've assembled your deck, you're ready to push it out, and as for, you make the announcement about all of the prudent information, the time of the event, what it's going to be called. You're ready to push it out to the org so that you can get folks signed up to attend the event. And I'm going to show you an example here of what that could possibly look like. Okay, so this is obviously the title slide. All right, cool. And then a mission overview. All right, this is the part where it could be incorporated into our backstory, part of our lore. It could be an ongoing conflict or struggle against a nemesis org, and I see this having great value with building a story as we pave our own way in the universe in the years to come. Okay, so now this is where it gets deep. Okay, this is what separates the casual mission planner from our progression mission planners. Okay, so whereas I refer to the first two levels of planners as content creators, right, gameplay content creators, here we have some lore builders type stuff going on here. It's going to be a little bit more of a labor of love, okay? And but I think there's going to be some great benefit, and this will be a nice appeal, a nice draw for all our members, because this is the kind of stuff that sets us apart from the rest of the orgs out there. Okay, so here's an example of a mission brief, right? Okay, to have all kind of good information. Don't worry about me talking too much about each particular slide. I'm going to reserve that for the video I'll put together once I start training mission planners who wants to be at this level of content creation. Okay, so we'll have a fleet hierarchy, right? And we'll get the security service to come in and kind of help us dictate what makes up a fleet and how many squads roll up to a wing, and all of that kind of stuff. But this is a great start, work in progress, right? But we got to start somewhere. I'm thinking in the next 12 to 18 months, if we can get folks comfortable with these three levels of content creation, we're going to be in a good spot for when this game finally pops off, and a lot of systems come into play, a lot of gameplay loops are completed and come in, and we'll definitely have a nice start on how to make the sandbox beneficial and work in our favor while being efficient and mindful of people's time and the resources that they use in the game, okay, and for the game. All right, here's an example of a ship crew assignment. That looks good. I like that. Okay, and also a slide for personnel lineup. So, okay. All right, and then after the event, here's a few templated questions. Obviously, the mission planner can tweak these as they see fit. That's the whole purpose of this slide, template, is to give 75% of the way there in terms of consistency and professionalism, but it'll be up to the mission planner to put their own magic sauce on here and make it pop and make it truly unique. Okay, and then here can be a couple of slides where there's some key moments maybe of the event, and then I do have a little blurb here at the bottom where the mission planners, once the mission is complete and the slide deck is finalized, then they can submit the completed mission deck over to the Ministry of State Affairs, and we'll make it part of the archives. Okay, part of our story. So there's that, guys. That's it. That concludes the three levels of content creation that we're envisioning. So I also like to take a moment to show where folks who become mission planners get the mission planning tag, they'll be able to come over and have an area where they download their work. Oops, wrong one. So in my example, there's the mission deck. Okay. What's cool about this, guys, is that you can copy a link to the doc, right? You could go up to the calendar. Okay. You can create an event on the date that you want it to be. Okay. And you can give it a name. Okay. Let's just make believe you got everything set up. Here you can post a link, right? And you can say, let's do this, right? And then even in here, you can post a link to the document. Okay, we'll add it, and we'll see what it looks like when I create the event. Boom. So there I am. If I'm just a member, I'm doing my daily or weekly check-in, or I notice a new patch is coming online. Let me check in with the org, see what they got going on. I meander from the overview landing page. I come over to the calendar. Oh wow, look, on the day that I'm off from work, there's an org event going on. Oh wow, okay, cool. You know, let me click through on this and see what's going on. Oh wow, cool beans, you know. I can hover over that link. It'll bring me down to the mission deck, and I can download it and take a quick look at it. And then it'll show me, just for brevity, it'll just show me, the presentation. Boom, boom, boom. So after a brief training with the old landscaper, that template will become relatively easy to build. The mission planner can use the format that is in their preferred mode of gameplay type, meaning that mission planners will not be forced necessarily to do formats that they're not comfortable with. So if a planner is keen on FPS or exploration, then we're not going to put too much pressure and ask them to do something outside of their comfort zone, like racing or commerce or something like this. Okay. So what that means is that we're going to need several planners to step up, and hopefully just based off of what each planner enjoys writing about, thinking about, creating, then that'll give them the creative space and energy they need to put together some cool missions for all of us to enjoy. Okay. Then what that also means is that after they finish the first 2-3 of them, of the templates, they'll have 90% of every other mission they'll plan in the future pretty much in the can. They'll just make small edits and changes, obviously like the date and the meeting place and the fleet composition, stuff like that. Okay. So that's cool. That's fantastic. Okay. Also, I just wanted to let you know that these calendar events can be backlinked over to Discord. Okay. So let's just say that event I created as a mission planner, right? I can come over here and share the event or copy the event link. Okay. And then let me find my Discord. Okay, and if I pull over my Discord and I'll go over here to maybe fleet, right? And I can say, hey y'all, you know me, from Texas. Hey y'all, super duper event coming up. I gotta make sure I put that this is a test, by the way, because everybody will come over. So anyway, boom. boom. See, copy the link in there. Bada bing, bada boom. There's a link created. Pow. Right? So we can use both of these platforms seamlessly and effortlessly. There's no need to necessarily transition from one over to the other. Okay? At least not right now. So that's how we can backlink our calendar events. So that's for everyone, be it from the quickest missions that we created all the way up to these complex ones. Okay, so easy breezy, lemon squeezy. All right, gang, that was the high level look of what I wanted to show you all. This calendar is now live and will be in alpha phase for the next several game patches. I'm open to all feedback and looking forward to making this a value add for your United States Confederation experience. Okay, we work hard to make sure that the tools and the platforms and the systems that we're offering our members puts us head and shoulders above the other organizations out in the community. Okay. All right, everyone. That concludes the USC Gilded general update there. And now moving to the look forward segment of the newsletter. Just wanted to let everyone know we're so excited about the USC's future. You know, with 318 approaching, we'll get our first opportunity to play the salvage and game loop and begin the process of learning how to survive as a group in the verse. Soon we'll get a refreshed arena commander where we can jump in as a group and quickly participate in some FPS, pilot training, and racing. Okay, I just saw a blurb come across today that there's going to be a special edition of the Inside Star Citizen show, and they're going to talk about the March to 4.0. Okay, so 4.0 indicates that some tech, some major tech is about to come online, and I think once that kind of stuff makes it out into the PU, we'll get a surge of energy and attention to the game. And how awesome will it be if the group of us here are ready to accept that surge and have systems and templates and platforms in place to already become efficient and professional at them, and be ready to just have some fun, some much deserved fun. I mean, as you can see, we're going on 9 years, and many of our members have been here for 9 years, 7 years, 5 years. So a lot of us have been waiting a long time. So both in and out of game, we anticipate an increase in membership participation and shareable gameplay creation. This is going to be cool. So at any rate, we love having you here, and any and all feedback, suggestions are welcome. And so please feel free to contact myself, Landscaper, with any questions or concerns you may have. Hey, thanks for watching, and may the stars forever shine in your favor.